Top 10 Iconic Harry Potter Spells. Somewhere out there, a bunch of individuals is still anticipating their Hogwarts acceptance letters to be delivered. That's the sort of impact that J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter book series has generated. The worldwide development that centers on a British boy who attends a college for wizards enchanted legions of readers with its persistent characters, fascinating narrative, interesting world, and, of course, a wondrous system of magic spells. 10. Lumos. Who needs a torch when you have a magic wand that lights up? Okay. Therefore perhaps it's not that abundant, totally different from an everyday torch. However, a wand continues to be cooler and doesn't want batteries. 9. Sectum Sempra. Among the scribblings is the spell, Sectum Sempra, which is marked as being reserved for enemies. However, no details of its actual effects are given. Once Harry engages in an exceedingly fight along with his rival, Draco Malfoy, he casts Sectum Sempra on him and discovers that it causes severe trauma and lacerations on Draco's body. 8. Accio. Ever required one thing urgently at a specific moment, however it had been simply out of reach? In fact, you have. Well, the wizards and witches of Harry Potter have a sublime resolution to its downside with the invocation charm. This spell permits one to decide upon objects from nearly any place and have them delivered to the caster's current location. 7. Ridiculous. As so much as pests that creep around homes go, normal individuals typically simply got to contend with spiders, cockroaches, and also the occasional stray animal. Wizardkind has boggarts to stress regarding. These beings are shapeshifters that remodel into a human worst concern once confronted. You can't eliminate them with chemicals or brooms. Instead, you wish for a wand, some dry imagination, and also the magic word, ridiculous. 6. Obliviate. The supernatural community of Harry Potter depends on secrecy to safeguard themselves from the non-magical society of Muggles and to keep up peace between each world. As such, the memory or forgetfulness charm is a useful plus that permits wizards and witches to erase reminiscences of things, people, and events that they are doing not wish to stay celebrated. 5. Petrificus Totalis. Also called the Complete Body Bind Curse, this spell causes temporary dysfunction in whoever ought to fall prey to it. Underneath its effects, the victim's arms and legs snap along, and their petrified body collapses, utterly frozen stiff for one amount of your time, whereas still holding consciousness and bound sensory perform like eye movement. 4. Wingardium Leviosa. Making things float could be a customary magical ability in any fantasy universe. Harry Potter is not any exception, with Harry and his friends having to find out the levitation charm in their initial year at Hogwarts. 3. Expecto Patronum. In the supernatural realm of Harry Potter, there exist insubstantial creatures known as Dementors that feed off the positive emotions of humans and, at worst, will siphon their terrible souls. The sole celebrated defense against them is the Patronus charm, which conjures a protecting spirit-like entity that, at its strongest, takes the shape of an animal meant to be reflective of the caster's innermost self and deepest feelings. The spell attracts strength from the user's happiest reminiscences and is very tough to perform. 2. Avada Kedavra. As silly because the spell sounds, this spell is not any happy matter. One among the 3 inexcusable curses of the wizarding world, the ably selected Killing Curse causes instant death to its target and is well recognized by its distinctive inexperienced lightweight. There are no thanks to counter or defend against it, except through the magic generated by killing love, that protected Harry Potter from the curse as an infant. 1. Expelliarmus. The disarming charm, because the name implies, permits the user to disarm another wizard or witch in an exceedingly duel by forcing their wand out of their hand. With enough power behind it, the spell may conjointly knock an opponent off their feet and send them flying.